Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Defying Affinity. We are back with another episode. Glad you guys are all safe and comfortable at home. Today, we got a lot to talk about. This is going to be a really good video today, and I'm going to go through a rundown for things for 2022. Now, we already in the new year, and there's a lot of things that's been, going on in the world so far. Like we had a volcano recently, and things of that sort, a lot of celebrities passing away. Well, today I just want to talk about some things, and we're going to do a reading on 2022, like pretty much kind of like a part two of 2022, okay? Because I did one early in 2019, but I didn't do one in the year 2022, okay? So, let's start, guys. Let's get started. So, one of the things that I want to really talk about is everything happens for a reason. Okay? Everything happens for a reason, and sometimes people. One thing you have to understand is God don't give you nothing you cannot handle. Okay? God cannot give you anything you can't handle. So, even though we're in a pandemic with this Omicron variant, you're here for a reason, okay? I know a lot of y'all are going through some depression. A lot of y'all are going through anxiety. You don't know what to think of what is going on within this year or what you're going to do. You feel like giving up. But remember, God only gives you what you can handle. He won't give you anything you can't handle, is what I'm trying to say, okay? So just understand that. Just know that. I want you to just sit in that and think about that. Because everything that's happening is not by happenstance. Okay? Everything that's happening is supposed to happen. The year 2022 is about the year of the unexpected. Okay? It's the year of healing, restart, rebirth. It's also the year of the real. Now, a lot of y'all like the real. What you talking about, the real? When I say the real, all the people you thought was real in the past, they're not real. The people who are popping alive and well are the people that you're starting to see. And when I say the real, I mean people kind of like, I mean everybody in general, but it's kind of like celebrities, right? Like, look at Lizzo, right? Lizzo is a Grammy Award winning singer. But Lizzo is on TikTok, okay? Compared to, other artists who you don't see on TikTok, not to throw any names out there. But you're kind of seeing the difference between the real and the fake, right? That's what I mean about this is the year of the real. You're going to start seeing more real people more than ever than the fake people. So that whole facade thing that you thought who people were in the past, you're starting to see the real true them in the year 2022. Okay? That's what I mean about this is the year of the real. Okay? Another thing that I want to talk about is all the people who got the shots for the COVID, and I mean that third shot that they were trying to give you, they're getting it. They're getting the Omicron variant, okay? And I think that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's weird for some of y'all, but I think that's kind of strange. Now, I didn't get the third shot because I was skeptic and I already knew. Remember, I told you guys in my videos, even in my mindful videos, the shots will not work. They will not work. Now you're seeing that they don't work, okay? Because they've done run tests and they done figured out that the people who got the shot are the ones who's catching the virus. Ain't that something? Spirit, please talk to me about the rest of the year of 2022. Okay? They're getting it. Okay, that being said, you guys, you're going to have to take care of yourselves. Okay? You can't be relying on the government to tell you what to do and how to do it. This is all about common sense. Use your common sense, people. Okay? Use your common sense. Okay? I had a friend who has a job. She works at I don't like to put people's jobs on. Well, I'm gonna just say she works at. I know a friend girl who works at McDonald's, and she was telling me that a lot of the coworkers, they are making them take the COVID test. They're sending everybody the COVID test. They're even sending them through the mail. They're sending them at the store. Well, you got to understand, guys, why are they sending us these COVID shots? Can I go buy one at Walgreens? Why are you sending me a COVID shot? I mean, a COVID test kit. It's $25 at Walgreens. The reason why they're telling you this is because I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to tell you what the government don't want you to hear. I'm just going to say what they really want to say. We're fucked. Okay? That's what I want to say. We're fucked. So, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but at this point, they know that it's going to get worse. They're not telling y'all it's going to get worse. They know it's going to get worse. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that's all they got to go with right now at this point. That's all they got to go with. Now, I was watching the news earlier. They were saying COVID was going down by 10%. 10%. Come on now, that's not a big number. And then two, not only that, Spirit, please talk to me about the year 2022. Not only that, guys, it's rising in certain countries. I honestly believe, guys, we're going to have to go into a lockdown. And I said this in numerous videos. We are going to have to go through a lockdown. I do believe the lockdown will happen. I don't see all the states going into a lockdown because I feel like a lot of them are very, very stubborn people. Depending on who your senators and your governors are. Some of them are stubborn, like hence Joe Manchin. So, excuse me. So a lockdown is going to have to be needed. We cannot go out there anymore. First off, Omicron is in the air, okay? It's in the air. I'm not saying it's airborne. I'm not saying that. And I don't want you to think like a scientist. I want you to use your common sense, okay? What I realize is when it's windy, it's in the air. A lot of people, allergies is coming out. A lot of people don't know what this is. Well, China know what it is. China got it under control. How come we don't got it under control? It's funny how we're turning into China. And when I say that, when you look at China back in 2019 and farther before, they were wearing masks. Now, we're the ones wearing a mask. Does that tell y'all anything? China done figured this out. And I'm kind of skeptic about China too. Because I watch a lot of Jason A videos on YouTube. If you don't know, if I were y'all, go look that up. But in Jason A videos, they were saying that China is making an artificial sun. And I think they were making an artificial moon too. So that tells me, are we going into an ice age? Are we going into, maybe they know something about what's going to come. That's why they're making the sun. Think about it. Question that. Why are they making the sun? Maybe that sun is only for them. They say it's 10 times hotter than the actual sun. I don't know, guys. But if those are not the most secretest bunch of people I ever met, no offense to the Chinese people. I know some of y'all be watching my videos. No offense to y'all. I'm talking about China. Y'all know y'all got a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Y'all know y'all freaking got a problem. But I'm just saying, guys, I'm just a messenger. I'm just saying what people are not saying. But yeah. So I hear a lot of people saying that it's in the water. I've seen the TikTok video where they tested the water and they found out the water was positive. So that tells me things are going to get worse, guys. Things are going to get worse, okay? I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm not trying to be the news of doom and gloom. I'm just letting you guys know what's up, okay? I know some of y'all act like this is going to breeze on over. No, it's not. It's not going to breeze over. This is the new, guys. We are no longer 2019 anymore. Get that out of here. We are now 2022. Whoever, it kind of it takes me back to Betty White. You know, God rest her soul. She's in a better place. We know. But the thing is, I feel like Betty White is the type of person who couldn't go into the new world. Okay? Does that make sense to y'all? Do you understand what I'm saying? Betty White was already, that was the end of an era. What we witnessed was the end of an era. Okay? So it just makes sense, guys. It just makes perfect sense to me that why she could not come into the new world. Because people who are getting sick, people who are dying, I feel like that's just confirmation for people who were supposed to be there at that specific time. You know, so I feel like people who are, you know, the people who are still here are supposed to be here. Remember, I don't know why I kept saying this, but God don't make mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. If you're in a place in your life where you don't want to be there, or you kind of like, God, why am I here? Why I have 5 kids? Why am I living in this broke down car? Why do I don't have a car? Why am I on food stamps? Why am I not in school? Or why my life is like this? It's because God has a plan for you. It's unfinished business. You don't make the rules. Y'all got to understand that. That's one thing about COVID. What COVID is here to teach us is we don't make the rules, okay? Y'all don't do shit. All you need to do is stay in your home, take care of yourself. I said this in the last reading, and I know why I was saying this, but this year is all about self, and it's starting to really become the highlight of this year. Self-love, self-care. Talk about me. I remember earlier in the week, my cousin was telling me about donating plasma. He was saying they give you $100. I was like, $100? You know, and that's good for right about now, right? So I go to get the plasma, but my spirit was saying, don't do it. But my mind was saying, yes. But don't listen to spirit. You listen to the mind. That's what happens. So I go and I get the shot, you know, then they put the, you know, needle in me, take my plasma. But what I didn't know is I was going vegan for a while. Okay, I was going vegan for a while. I also realized that, okay, what's going on? Oh, something's going on with my earphones. I'm sorry, guys. I also realized that I didn't really have any protein. So what they took out of me, they really took out of me the protein that I really needed for my body. And then the day 2, I got sick. So this goes to show you chasing money is only going to lead you to destruction. I needed that plasma for me. Now, some people say, well, it's because you're giving it to the veterans and the sick people. That's what they need the plasma for. I get that. But at the same time, too, it's not being selfish. It's what you call self-love, self-care. You're caring for you because at the end of the day, you're going to have to do you. Okay? And it's just common sense, guys. It's just common sense. There's nothing selfish about it. It's just you got to do what's best for you. Remember, God helped those who help themselves. Okay? You understand what that really means? God helped those who help themselves. Okay? So if you don't love yourself, if you don't help yourself, nobody else will. That makes sense to me. Do that make sense to y'all? Think about it. Think about it. Another thing, keep your kids at home. Stop sending your kids to school, okay? COVID is a big monster. COVID is, to me, is like Godzilla. And I'm going to get into details about that. COVID is fucking up everything. Excuse my language, but he's messing up everything. COVID does not like school system. Why do you think that the teachers or people are sending their kids to school? Because they can't deal with it. They can't deal with the stress, the pressures. Is they barely trying to make it. They're sending their kids to school, and guess what happens? The teacher gets sick. The janitor gets sick. The substitute gets sick. They call it in. Oh, we're going to need a substitute to watch the kids. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, we need a bus driver to take the kids to school. This bus driver's sick. I can't do it. Who's going to pick up the kids? Who's going to do this? Are y'all listening to what Spirit is saying? Spirit is saying, keep your kids at home, okay? These kids are already smart anyways. What a year gonna do? What a year gonna do? You can do this. Y'all got the strength. God, remember, God didn't give you those kids for no reason. He didn't just give you those kids just to have them. He gave them to you, and they're not even for show. So it's not even for the look. He gave you those kids to teach them God's laws, okay? God's way of life, how to love, how to heal one another. That's what God brought those kids in this world for to do, to keep his legacy going, to keep the world going. Not to just look cute with, not to be like, oh, look at my baby on Instagram. Not that. Get that out your head. Anyways, that being said, take care of your kids. Try to figure it out. Work it out. Work some schedule around that you can. Okay, I'm going to do the work while my kids is in a room watching the computer. Do that. Do that. Work out something. You'll be fine. Okay, God don't give you nothing you can't handle. Okay, and that being said, yes. So, another thing what we have to know is it's time to take care of yourself. They know something is going around and they're not telling us. The government is not telling you nothing that you need to know. You're going to have to figure out this shit by yourself, okay? You're going to have to figure it out by yourself. So I went and got me a lot of concussions because, I had a cough recently and it was really, really bad. I mean, if you saw my Zodiac videos, you could see how really bad it was. But that being said, I went and got some things that will help you get over with this next variant that's coming, okay? So check out my video on Dion Clark, Dion space Clark. I have these videos called Mindful. Watch them. They're very informative. So that being said, I went and got some stuff. I went to the store, Sprouts, and I went and got me some things. And one thing I want to introduce you to, and I feel like this is really, really good, is the Yogi tea. The super antioxidants green tea. Go get this, guys. This is really, really great for the COVID. I mixed this up with the pineapple roots. Okay, so you got the pineapple, right? I was doing this video on the pineapple skin. I was actually so when you look at my mindful videos, just don't think how I did that. I'm switching it up for you right now. Okay, spoiler alert. So as you make the pineapple tea, use everything I put in the video. Okay, use everything I put in the video. But you're going to use like at least 4 things of green tea in the pot, okay? But use this brand, the Super Antioxidants Green Tea. And the reason why I say green tea is because it's hard to find dandelion tea. But what I love about this green tea is that it has the dandelion root in it. So if you can see that clearly, it has the dandelion root. I think it's right here, the dandelion root, okay? So go get this one. Get this one. It's really, really good for the COVID. Another tea that I get and I really recommend you guys to get is natto leaf. Okay? This is real good too. This is good for if you have joint problems, bone problems. It's good for respiratory system. If you ever have asthma, if you're coughing a lot, this is the stuff you're going to need. Okay? I bought this and I bought the actual natto. I bought that, and I put it both. I just drink it as it is. I don't mix it or do anything. I'm thinking about mixing it in the future. I'm actually thinking about putting it with the pineapple tea. I'm kind of trying to mix it all up, kind of create my own little thing. Be creative. That's what this year is about, guys. Be creative. Go. You got time? You got time. Don't tell me you don't got time. Come on, we in a pandemic. They sending people to work. They sending people home. All this kind of stuff. You got time. You got to make the time. Stop being lazy. And another thing I got that this is really, really good, guys. Check this out. So good. Manuka Honey. Manuka Honey is the jam, y'all. I don't know what to tell you, but this is the jam. Manuka Honey. This is raw Manuka honey. It's the best honey. Let me tell you what to do. With this, it's from New Zealand, right? It's from New Zealand, but I know a lot of metaphysical people, so they tell me to get these things, right? But this, it's free of antibiotics and glyphosate. It's good for prostate cancer and things of that sort. So this is real good, guys. This is real good. Go check this out. It's good. It has a lot of healthy benefits in it. So go, please, guys, go get that. And then I was kind of curious, and I got this. What is it? Coal silver. But this is coal silver plus. And the reason I got this is because I was looking for oregano oil, which is something else is good too that you should put in your food. Put in your food, your soups, anything hot. And that's another thing I want to tell you guys. Anything hot is what you want. You want hot things. Okay, am I going too fast for y'all guys? Please let me know. But yes, you just need 2 drops in your water with this Coral Silver Plus. That's it. You don't want to drink too much of it. And when I say that, I mean that. There's a clip on YouTube. Type in Coral Silver, matter of fact, type in a man that's blue. You're going to see this. See what it did to him. Type in blue man, a blue man. You'll see what happened to him. So don't drink too much of that. Just drink a little bit. 2 drops. 2 drops is all you need. That's it. Okay, moving on. Okay, so guys, I got a list. So I got a list of things I want to talk about before I get into this reading. Okay, another thing, guys. What did I put on my list? Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is these variants, okay? So there's more variants coming, guys. There's more coming. This Omicron virus, I believe it's in the air, but I believe when it rains, and 2, guys, keep your mask on. Seriously, keep your mask on. When it rains, what happens is this, something with the water and something with the O2 and H2, when it gets together, it becomes a powerhouse. And I think that's what you are inhaling when you're out there. Okay. Remember, I said China, this is like World War III, right? These are bioweapons. They don't want to tell you this because they don't want to cause hysteria and they don't want to cause people to panic. But I'm telling you, okay, I'm telling you, and this is all for alleged. This is all for entertainment purposes only. This is all alleged. I got to say that. But yes. Okay. So China is doing this to us. And we just going to have to figure it out how to live. Only the strong will survive, right? Moving on from that. Okay, I'm over myself. Okay, so, yeah. So it's going to get worse. There is a new, going back to what I was saying, there's a new variant that's making its way here. Okay? So, just be prepared. Just be prepared because the worst is not over. It is not over. Invest in you some oregano oil. Make sure it's 300 kilograms. Okay. Make sure you get that. Make sure you invest in that. Please, please, guys. Invest in that. We are going into a transition in the year 2022. Okay. There is a shift that is happening. If you haven't felt it now, there's something wrong with you. You probably sleeping or you not paying attention. But there is a shift that is happening. What's happening right now, we are in the year of Mercury Retrograde. Now, let me tell you about Mercury Retrograde, because a lot of y'all don't know what the retrograde means. Now, we're still in Taurus Retrograde, so you Tauruses out there, don't think that you're safe, okay? Because it's going to be here till 2026. Hate to bust your bubble. But this Mercury Retrograde that we're dealing with this year, I'm going to give you an example. Say you're driving, right? You're driving your car on the road and you knew you had oil problems or you knew you was running out of gas. You knew this. Well, what Mercury Retrograde does is say you're driving and you're on a bridge and it's midnight and your car just stops out of the blue. It just shuts down. That's Mercury Retrograde and you're stranded. It's the year of the unexpected. So there's unexpected things that are going to happen to you if you know about it and you avoid it. That's what Mercury Retrograde is. Okay. Another thing is, who are you now? Because I know I'm different. I know I'm not the same person that I was in 2019. I know I went into a transition. A lot of you out there are transitioning too. Some of y'all are kind of like very low vibrational people and you don't really understand what's going on in the world. You know, all you do is be on your phone and watch YouTube and be in fear. But the high vibrational people, which those of you who are watching my videos, you understand what is going on in the world. You pay attention. Your eyes are open. So I believe you are transitioning into something new. That's why I'm doing these horoscope videos for you all, because what's going to happen is it's for the month of February, right? So by you watching them now, you're probably not going to understand what's happening. But after February, you can look back at those videos and you can be like, wow, this, that, and the third happened. But another thing is, you can, when you watch them now, you start to learn how you're transitioning into that of what's happening in the cards. You start seeing how profound the reading actually is, and you can avoid it. You know, so if I'm saying you're having love problems, your best bet is to be the best person you can in the relationship. That's what the readings are for. Or if I tell you you're going to have money problems, the best thing you should be doing right now is saving your money instead of spending your money, because by the time that month comes, you're going to be having money problems. That's what the horoscope readings are for. Okay? So that being said, we are shifting, guys. We are transitioning into the new, into the real. Okay? That old self is long gone. You're coming into the new self. Okay? Now, I'm going to do some more readings today. I have a list of what people recommend, and these are the ones that I picked that I'm going to read on, okay? So if you don't get in your feelings if what you wanted me to read ain't in the reading, you know. I will read, the first one I get is, Will Britney Make a Documentary? Good one. That's a good one. We're going to read about that. The second thing I read was, will the UK have a hot summer? Okay, for my UK people, we definitely will get to that. 3, will TikTok receive a lawsuit? Interesting. 5, will the real come to the end? Remember what I said, this is the year of the real. Let's see if the show actually ends or will it stay? We don't know. We're going to read that. Will Adrian from The Real have a baby this year? Now, that's a personal question, but I will read on it because I know Adrian's been dying to have a baby. I will read on that. What's around Joe Biden? Okay, I promise I would never do politics because of Trump, right? But it's only fair. If I can do Trump, why can I do Biden? I will. I'll do that one. Will Kendrick Lamar drop an album this year? I really want to read that. That's interesting. Hell yeah. Because it's been a minute since he did anything, right? Will Rihanna drop an album this year? Okay, so Rihanna. I'm glad we mentioned Rihanna. So I did a reading on Rihanna, right? And the reason why I haven't followed up with Rihanna, because everything that I'm saying, it's already said in the video. You just got to go back and watch it. You just got to go back and watch the video and actually listen to what I say. Because I did mention that she is working on an album, and I feel like the album is already finished. All right. All these old clips you see of her on TikTok and on YouTube, Instagram, trust me, those are old clips. She already did this already, guys. What she's doing is she got that baby. She walking around with that baby, y'all. Y'all don't know. I don't know if y'all really pay attention or if you even care, but she's pregnant. They're keeping it on the low. Y'all, they're just tricking y'all with trickery. They're doing tricks to fool you of what's really, really going on. But I digress. But that's the reason why I didn't want to do Rihanna. Another thing is, you got to respect people's lives, y'all. They're human just like you and me. They're no gods. They're no idols, people. God says do not worship false idols. We all are the same people. We all have feelings. So that's the reason why I didn't do another Rihanna video. Somebody asked me to do a Aaliyah video. I know who you are. I understand you love Aaliyah. I love Aaliyah too. The reason I don't want to do Aaliyah, because I did do a reading about Aaliyah's mother going to court. Okay, that's what's coming, and that's the reason why I didn't want to put anything else out, because I know they watch me. I know Barry Hankerson watched my videos. I know he's scared of me, but do I care? It doesn't really bother me, because what do I got to be afraid of? Okay, what do I got to be afraid of? It's not like I'm making money off of this. You know, I'm doing this because what Spirit wants me to say. And what y'all don't see, I'm trying to wake you up. you know. So that's that, you know. And somebody asked, should I do a reading on Dame Dash and Aaliyah? Okay, how does he feel? Okay, I feel like he already said how he felt. He mentioned it on. You got to go look it up, guys. He actually mentioned it. But I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, what did Aaliyah? How does Aaliyah feel about him? Okay, I will read that. That's interesting. I want to know how Aaliyah thinks too. How does she feel about uh, um, Dame Dash? Um, there was something about Dame Dash too that kind of questioned me about the time when he was with Aaliyah. I don't know if you remember, but remember when Aaliyah died, he was quick to go with Rachel Roy, whatever her name is. Remember how quick he was to move with her? So if she really hurt you that bad, why were you so quick to move on into a new relationship? You didn't seem hurt then. So now all of a sudden you boo-hoo crying and all this kind of stuff. You miss her. She was your girl. And two, by the way, she was 22 years old. You was a grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you have feelings like that? But I understand it's personal. I don't really want to. I do believe Dame Dash loved Aaliyah. I do believe she was like that wake-up call. She was that person that comes into your life, you know, and then they're there for a season and then they leave, you know, and then you're wondering, you start questioning life, you know. That's probably what she was here to do. You know, everything happens for a reason, guys. God don't make no mistakes at all, good or bad. It's for a reason. It's for you to learn and grow. Simple as that. If I could just break that down to you. Okay, guys. So moving on from that. Another thing I want to talk to y'all about too is about these babies. Okay, these kids. I know some of y'all are like, can we get with the video? You talk too goddamn much. Okay, so these babies that are born. I was talking to a friend earlier about this. Check out this movie called Village of the Dam. It's by John Carpenter, the director. John Carpenter, Village of the Dam. It's a remake movie, right? It's an old movie back in the 90s. Now, let me tell you about this movie, okay? Because listen up when I talk about this. Okay, so in this movie, it was about this town, right? It was like a little Christian-based town. Everybody knows everybody. I know the doctor. I know the guy at the store. I know the lawyer, the preacher. Everybody knows everybody, right? And I'm not trying to tell you the movie. I'm just giving you a breakdown of the movie. So in this movie, these people are having like a festival, right? And all of a sudden, this dark shadow comes across the town. And when you look at it, to me, now that I look back at it, it was a UFO. It was a UFO that went over the town. And the reason I'm telling you this story in this movie is because it's coinciding what's happening right now. I know it sounds strange, but just listen to me and you will understand what I'm saying. So this big UFO comes over the town, right? And everybody in the town falls asleep. Kind of remind you of the Micron virus, right? Everybody falls asleep. They fall into a deep sleep. 15 minutes later, everybody wakes up. I mean, even the dogs and cats wake up at the same time. But the strangest thing is when everybody wake up, all the women are pregnant. So the women are having these dreams that they're visioning in their sleep that they're pregnant, and they actually get pregnant. There was even old ladies were pregnant. The men were looking at their old woman like, who was you sleeping with? And she was like, I did not sleep with it. I promise you I did not. You know, strangest thing. And so there was a girl in the movie. She's like one of the characters, and she was a virgin. And she couldn't have kids, but she ended up pregnant. So I believe in the movie, she thought she got raped. So she goes to the preacher, and she was telling the preacher, I don't know if I want to keep this baby or not, because I don't believe that God wanted me to have this child. But the preacher was like, God doesn't make any mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. It's funny how I keep saying this over and over again, right? And so the girl, I guess she ends up keeping the baby, right? But she's still having these suicidal thoughts in her head. So long story short, all the women have they all give birth at the same time. They're all at this hospital. So there's this lady who's a detective. If those of you, I don't know if you know who Christy Alley is. She's the woman who plays in Cheers. I'm telling y'all my age. She's in Cheers and she's in the movie Look Who's Talking with John Travolta. So the woman who plays the mom, right? So she's a detective in this movie. I think this is one of the movies where she's like a bad guy. So this detective, and she goes into this hospital and she kind of knows what's going on, because she's part of the government, right? So one of the doctors says one of the ladies are a virgin. She's by herself. So she goes in that room with her and the girl's trying to push the baby out. So she pushes the baby out, right? And when the baby comes out, they don't show you what the baby looked like, but the girl hurry up and the detective puts a towel over the baby and she runs out. So the pregnant girl is like, I want to see my baby. Where's she going? Where's she going with my baby? And they're saying, she'll show you the baby in a minute. But I want to see my dog. So she's all, dramatic. And so, years go by, all these kids grow up. And when there's a scene where the little boy is, he's not even 1 year old yet, but he's building these blocks, but he's spelling his name, how he's so highly intelligent. So he's spelling his name, he spelled David. And the mom is like, wow, she dropped the groceries because she couldn't believe it. So there was one scene that stands out to me in this movie. And it's where the mom is, feeding the baby. And the baby's like, the baby's in the high chair and the mom's feeding him. And she's like, goo, goo, gaga. And the baby's like, like the baby crying and stuff. So the mom's like, okay, I'll get you some food, sweetie. Calm down. Mommy give you food. So the mom is, she got the food on the oven, but she don't know that the food is really, really hot. So she's feeding the baby and she's like, eat, baby. And then the baby drinks the food and she made the food too hot. So the mom was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, baby. Oh, let me cool it off. Mommy, cool it off. Not caring. So the baby gives her this look. And the baby eyes they light up like a greenish color. And so the mom is like, she's all hypnotized. So the baby is like looking at the mom. And the mom gets her hand and she goes to the boiling pot on the stove and puts her hand in there. And so the dad, he just comes home. And the dad opens the door and he sees his wife. He takes her hand out the pot and the baby eyes go back normal. And so the dad is all like, babe, what happened? What happened? And the mom is just like, she's looking at the baby and the baby like, bitch, you better not even tell him what happened. So the mom is scared of her child now. Okay, so long story short, that's what I'm talking about, guys. I'm not talking about these babies that are born now are killers, but I'm saying these babies are highly intelligent. These are what you call COVID babies, okay? They're not your average babies. And I know a lot of y'all who are watching me right now understand what I'm talking about. These babies been here before, okay? They've been here before. These are the babies the people who, remember that time where a lot of people were having autism kids? And they kids, something happened to them. Well, a lot of those kids died. And a lot of those spirits went into heaven and then they end up coming back into these new babies. It kind of reminds me of that Disney movie, Soul. Soul, good movie. Check that out. If you ever see it, check out Soul with Jamie Foxx. It breaks it down perfectly on how you go to heaven and you come back perfectly. So these babies come down and now they're in a new babies, and these babies are really, really smart. Anyways, I digress. That's my point. Go check out the movie Village of the Damned. It's a good movie, but it makes you think. Those are movies you want to see. So anyways, moving on. Okay, so what we're gonna do is talk about what's to come in the year 2022. So we continue. Okay, what we got to look forward to, because it's crazy. It's gonna be a crazy time. All right, Father God, please talk to me about the year 2022. Okay, what is going to happen next? What do we need to look forward to, Spirit? What is going on? Because we know these variants are getting more and more big. We really want to know. Please, Father God, allow me to see and say anything and everything you allow me to say and see. I love you, God. Spirit, 2022, this year in the United States and the whole wide world is your love. We are your children's. We are your beloveds. Please, Father God, authorize me to see and say anything and everything you authorize me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. Okay, so the first card that I'm getting, you guys, Sacred Sexuality. Okay? Sacred Sexuality. I'm getting from this card is that there's going to be a lot of people who are really going to go into their feminine sexuality. Okay, I'm getting a lot of feminine energy this year, including with the man too. So just look out for that because it's happening. Remember, I said there's a shift that's going on. So it's okay to be a little feminine, okay? Because that's the gear we're going into, okay? Because we just know where I'm coming from. Another thing that I see is I get the Weaver, the Waver. Interesting cards because I've never seen these cards before. The Waver, we'll get into that in a minute. See what that's about. And last but not least, I get Speak Truth. You guys are going to have to talk. Y'all going to have to speak your truth. If you know your country and your governors and your senators are not doing what you're supposed to do, y'all need to speak your truth. This year, you need to speak your truth, people. So anyway, let's go back to that Sacred Sexuality card, okay? Let's see what that's about. I'm sorry, guys, but this might be one of my longest videos I've ever done. But hey, you get a lot of it. We're taking a break from the horoscopes, you know, because those horoscopes, ooh, y'all try doing them. Huh. Jeez. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. A lot of energy you got to pull. But I'm not done yet. I still got other signs that I'm going to do. We're just taking a break, okay? So I get the element of fire with Sacred Sexuality. Fire, right? 66. And I get mainly this, let me see. When I get that transformation, I get a change. I do get summertime, y'all. I'm getting summertime. And I'm getting southern places from the south. Southern places of the world, too. I do get cleansing, quickness, and power. Okay? So, anyway, Sacred Sexuality. Our sexual self and sexual energy is such a layered and potent part of who we are. It can show us our wounds. It can provide healing. It can help us manifest. It can teach us boundaries and can feel and empower us. Sacred sexuality does not mean that your sexual presence or expressions needs to look a certain way. It simply means that your sexuality is sacred as it is. It is a core part of humanity as well as your spirituality and universal self. This card asks you to examine your relationship to your sexual self. Is there anything that needs tending to? Is there anything that needs healing or releasing? Remember, in some of y'all zodiacs, we was talking about that a lot. A lot. I get the animal of the horse with this, okay? I get horse has long been a symbol for sexuality. Their rawness and power is indicated of our natural and healthy sexual desires. A tame horse is a symbol of our repressed sexual urges and passions. But beyond this, the horse is a great traveler. In fact, wild horses can cover up to 40 miles a day. In this way, the horse can support us as we travel within ourselves and explore our sexual nature. They can hold you as an explorer, your shadow self, through your sexuality. As you show up for your healing, as you free out your boundaries, as you come to understand your personal needs. So sacred sexuality, guys, is all about balance, okay? It's all about balance.